Pleasant Living portion of the Kroger Wellness Festival. Thank you for coming out. I am really excited to introduce three people today. First, Chris Marshall, who is the creator of Sands Bar, along with one of my favorite athletes, and I'm sure many of yours out here, Chad Johnson, soon-to-be Bengals Ring of Fame member. And finally, Brandon Sejo, sports reporter and creator of the Mental Game podcast. So, welcome all. So Chris Marshall is, through his extensive clinical experience, really dedicated to mental health and improving the lives of others, created Sands Bar, which is a place for alcohol abstinence and creating an environment for social gathering and connection with an alcohol-free lifestyle. Next, we have Chad Johnson, who around these parts needs no introductions. In 2001, Chad was drafted 36 overall by our beloved Cincinnati Bengals and instantly brought nothing but excitement, the swagger of South Beach, up to Cincinnati after a decade run where we didn't have it. And so Chad made 6 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pros, brought the Bengals to the playoffs for the first time in years. So it really brought us all complete happiness. And Brandon here, thank you. And Brandon's sports reporter and has recently created the Mental Game podcast and will be doing the moderation today. So thank you all for coming. Thank you guys all, and have a great one.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Matt. Thank you guys all for coming out. We got a big crowd out here. Obviously, Ocho, appreciate you coming out. This is something you care deeply about. The topic itself, being fully present, and it's something that I think everybody needs to take accountability for and think about. But for you, it's something you focused on your whole life. Why did you want to make that such a concern for you to be in the moment so much?
I think being in the moment is very important based on what you're trying to do in life. I think everybody has to understand what your short-term goals are and what your long-term goals are. And once you're able to accomplish being in that moment, the short-term stuff becomes easy. And once you make the short-term stuff a habit, then everything long-term becomes routine. And that's the hard part. But until you learn to be in the moment and have some type of structure and discipline, you'll never reach what you want to.
Yeah, and one thing for you, and we talk about living fully present in the moment, never had a sip of alcohol, never tried any drugs. Why was that something you were conscious of to never even step in that atmosphere? Because for a lot of athletes, stars, celebrities, they can get lost in that space.
Well, the first part is I'm extremely cheap. And
that McDonald's dollar menu, baby.
That too. And when you look at the price of alcohol, it's expensive for one. And growing up, I can tell, since we family, I can tell you guys, growing up, my mom was an alcoholic and she drank extremely heavy, and seeing her become someone I didn't even recognize when she was consumed with alcohol is probably one of the reasons why I stayed away from it as I was younger. So once I grew up, I just shied away from it, even though I was in atmospheres when it usually catches you in high school and usually catches you in college. But I would just fake it when I would go out with friends, and I would have Red Bull and cranberry juice with a little lime on the side, and that was enough for me. But I can't do alcohol. It's too expensive.
Yeah, and I think, for me, my personal story a little bit, I just quit drinking about 7 months ago. Just personal choice. Thank you, guys.